Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. I'm Pete, the Games Master.
I'm Simon, I play Dreep, and I am a member of the Rebellion.
I'm Dan, I'm Jian-Wei Kim, and I am an Achani warrior monk.
Hi, I'm Roger, I'm playing Caven, a human smuggler.
I'm Mark, I'm playing Sparks, the KX series security droid.
And this is episode 9 of Star Wars Fractured Empire. Please check out all our social media links below, our merchandise on Redbubble, and don't forget to come and join us on our Discord server where we have a growing community of role players. Please consider supporting the channel on Patreon. A massive thank you to all those who do support us, as 10% of everything we receive through our Patreon goes to Diabetes UK. Also support us by supporting our friends. We have the Thornless Rose, who produce leather and lasery products for tabletop and live-action role-playing. There's the Old World podcast. If you want to know a bit more about the background, the design, and the story behind Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, then go and check them out. And finally, we have Bjørn Felle, who produces terrifying retro electro music. The camera descends through the atmosphere of the planet Ilum. And as we look down, the viewer can see the heyday of the Republic, and a temple covered in snow, but not surrounded by the shattered ruins of a space station. And we can see Jedi moving about, training in the grounds of the temple, and moving up and down the large, broad boulevard that heads out from the bottom of the steps. A figure walks up that boulevard with a small boy in train. This is an Achani warrior monk, and he is leading a young Jian-Wei Kim to the Jedi Temple on Ilum. And as he walks forwards, suddenly the world is torn asunder, and there is fire raining down from the heavens. And this is not the same time. This is a moment later, a moment that Jian-Wei is now seeing in his mind's eye as he approaches the temple. There are TIE fighters in the air and red lightsabers lit on the steps of the temple. And then again, a different fire is raining from the sky as the ruins of the space station of the Black Sun operation crashes down on top of the temple, smashing it, crushing it, and entombing it in the large, black, metallic, jagged structure that you stand before. And the camera comes down behind the four of you as you stand there looking up at the temple, and to Jian-Wei's hand, which rests on a dead lightsaber on his belt. And the four of you stand there, and the snow is deep, and this little area you realise is kind of halfway up that staircase that you walked up all those years ago. And it's now covered in rubble, and there is a small vehicle parked to the side, which the people you are following into the temple, who you believe to be some sort of combined Eriadu Authority, maybe Sith disciples group heading in there, have used to get to this location. And as you're all standing there, the tallest member of your team, the Mun, looks up and sees a fighter ship enter the atmosphere and course down towards where you landed your ship. And and we cut briefly to the Zabrak sitting inside the fighter as he prepares to land the ship. And we know this to be the bounty hunter.
Yep.
Who has been chasing you. So, the four of you are there. You're aware of this ship coming down. You're aware ahead of you there is something foreboding. And now that you are close, Jian-Wei, let's have a awareness, a perception roll. And this is, unless you have sense, do you have any kind of force sensey abilities?
I have uncanny senses, which actually gives me a special dice for all of my perception checks anyway, which is part of my force sensitive ability. So, where am I? Perception.
And this is going to be a difficulty 3.
I'm not very perceptive, apparently.
Would you like to use a destiny point to
No,
boost your...
I think we're going to need those at some point. I got this, don't worry. Oh, no, I don't. I get a failure with an advantage.
Okay, so the four of you are gathered on the stairs into the temple. The building in front of you is... You can see that it's broken, it's shattered. There's all this metal frame of the old space station superstructure lying over it. And as I said last episode, it's kind of sitting on top of it in a jagged way, like a dark fortress of solitude, kind of in the snow, sticking out of it. How did your roll?
I got one advantage and one failure. One failure and one advantage. So I didn't pass, but...
No, but you got an advantage.
But I got an advantage.
So what do you want to do with that? Do you want to recover a strain? You feel some...
I don't currently have any strain.
Okay.
I'll just put a boost die for the next person has to do a test.
Okay, cool.
So how far away is the ship landing? I mean, is it like just over there?
It seems to be flying around, actually. And you can see it's gone over to where you were, but now it's gone out of sight because of the jagged nature of, remember, the terrain around you is this
so maybe it's
jagged terrain.
Do we know whose ship it is?
You suspect because of your time on Arbra.
Yeah. Because I was looking through the date. We were looking through the information about the starports.
Yeah.
Right,
and we knew what ships had landed.
Mm-hmm. And Kavan and Jian-Wei have...
We've met him.
You've met him. His name is Kurgex, and he is a Zabrak.
Darth Maul-looking mother.
Yeah, but no face paint or anything.
No,
just
but he
like
was also chasing after us on his...
Was his face not actually red?
Yeah.
No, it's,
that's face paint.
that's
Sith face paint.
Yeah.
I know the actor's face.
He's one of he's one of
Like
the
tattoos.
he's one of the dark brotherhood.
Oh, so what colour are their faces really?
Yellowy,
Browny yellow.
Like human.
brown.
Oh, right. Are they really
I thought
spiky?
they were browny
or is that
yellowy.
all?
It varies.
Unless that's face paint.
Yeah, I think they have the spikes.
It varies. The spikes are there.
Yeah,
that's
right.
one of the telltale things.
Oh.
But their skin...
They're like humans. They're like near humans
Spiky
with
humans.
spikes on their heads, and they're very good at fighting.
Yeah.
And he also...
Because your whole species is good at fighting. It's
Yeah,
like,
he was also chasing a bike that in the trains. He was the one that
Yes, he
lost.
was. Yeah. So he has been...
You held him off well.
You did. You weren't here for that episode.
Oh, all of the glory with none of the work. Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're aware of his ship.
And he shot at you a few times.
Did he? Mother Hubbard.
Yeah, exactly. So you're aware of him, and you've seen him now moving around the area in his ship. Clearly, if you are flying in at any angle, you can see that this structure you're standing in front of is the centre of what's going on here. And it's dark, and it's snowing, and you've got this kind of black and white stark kind of thing going on. And as you walk up the steps, the crunch of like old snow beneath your feet is really the only sound other than the howling wind that's going on around you.
And the three of us don't know what this place is, do we?
Not fully. No,
We don't even
it's
know
obviously
it's
some
Jedi
old
Temple.
structure that
Well, I don't know. As a scholar,
you can make an education roll to see if you know what this place is. I mean, you knew there was important things on this planet, and you've also been sent here for a crystal. You know, you're not an idiot. You probably
How many
put two and
purple
two
dice would you
together.
like me to
if
roll?
If Kavan's seen any of the Star Wars films, then he knows.
how many purple dice would you like me to roll?
3.
So
Triumph.
2 failures,
3 failures.
3. What's that one?
That's a disadvantage. So you actually basically have that.
Triumph.
Yeah.
What? No, that was
one
that.
success.
That was that. So I got 2 failures, and then
Which counteract that.
yeah, and that is
You've got that, which counteracts one of those. You've got
Yeah.
2 successes, an advantage, and a triumph.
yeah.
Triumphant knowledge. Okay.
It's a very specific temple.
This is a very old Jedi Temple that you've heard is where the younglings were trained when not on Coruscant or any of those. That's one of those. This is one of the big temples. It's also a place where sort of lost. The reason you know about it and the reason you're interested in it, lost knowledge. And things forbidden, all this kind of rumour and legend, things that no one should know. Archives of ancient knowledge of the Jedi, that kind of thing you've heard is here. Now, you all know about the Empire and the Scourge, and they're going around like blowing everything up, and as I said last time, Palpatine eating all the holocrons. So this place got obliterated during that, and then the Black Sun parked over it, and then a remnant came and blew them up and then crashed on it. So it's been pretty heavily smashed and battered in the past. And as you're looking up into it, you can see that the entranceway is kind of askew, and the floor is uneven, and it looks like it's going to be tricky, difficult footing, even just walking it through the entrance corridor, because it's all at weird juxtaposition angles, parts of it. Because it's one of these old, the old Jedi temples are like this big block, old stone things, that some ancient Indonesian style thing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's how I visualise.
Exactly,
one of those big things. And if you imagine all those big blocks in there have
Crumbled
all
and
fallen at a different angle, and you're trying to find a chamber within there potentially.
Like an Escher painting.
Yes, very much so.
Everything all
Like in
haphazard.
Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
What a hole. That's Caven speaking.
You have to say it quite loud over the wind. You're like, yeah. And you've all got your weather, heavy duty weather gear on.
My fur cape and all.
Yep.
Gonna have
So what are you doing? You're going to make your way into the temple, or are you going to hang around and wait for Kurgex?
Well, I don't think we want to wait.
I think we should get on with what we need to get done.
Yeah.
Get in,
Get
done,
the thing
get
and get out.
Okay, so you start to walk up into the temple, and Jian-Wei is kind of going first. He's been here before. I think you've told everyone now that you've been here before.
Actually, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Okay, no, you haven't.
But I am taking the lead
But you
because
seem to be.
traditionally that's also my job because I go at the front and deal with
That
any
is
nasties.
true. That is true. Can everyone apart from Jian-Wei make a perception test, please? Difficulty 3. You're focused on the thing in front of you.
Also, I'm probably feeling a bit uncomfortable right now as well. I was going to say that I probably not only am I hearing the howls of the wind, but there's probably whispers on those winds as well.
There are. And you can hear the voice of your old master. You can
What
hear the
difficulty?
training,
3.
the words of training given to you while here. Difficulty 3. You can feel the force as well. Clearly it's...
Oh,
Triumph.
saucy.
Oh, blimey.
Bloody hell.
What's going on with the
I
triumph?
thought I'd roll really well,
So
and
you
then
get a
looked at the
success
other dice. And I'm like, really?
I did it! I worked it out myself!
So I definitely
In the
passed.
finale!
Yay! I passed by 2.
Disadvantage. By the way, there's a blue dice here for.
I passed by 2.
Oh, well, there you go.
1,
By the way,
2,
Roger
3.
just took that.
1, 2.
Well, I mean, people can refuse their 2 advantage.
So I passed by 2 and got 1 disadvantage.
That would be very in character though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true.
Just to take the
Right,
advantage
so-
with no...
Perception tests
I'm
on
perceptive
on the people other than Jian-Wei. How do we do?
1 success and 2 advantage.
Okay.
2 success, 1 disadvantage.
Success, triumph, and 2
Okay.
threat.
So, as you walk up, Jian-Wei's kind of focused. He seems to have, gone into, grumpy warrior mode. Or
Gone into...
he's full warrior mode.
He's just grumpy.
You,
Standard for Jian-Wei, isn't
Kavan
it?
and Dreep, you can see subtly, because there's a lot of snowfall, the footsteps, other footprints in the snow leading up to this place. And because you rolled fairly well, you believe that there are 6 sets of footprints in the snow. And because your Woothrup character is supernumerate as well, I thought it was appropriate. You are looking around and your sensors pick up weapons fire, and you turn and you see above the cracked terrain the fighter ship that had come down before, that everyone seems to be so worried about, get shot and crash into the terrain.
So there's active defences in this.
So whoever sent a speeder bike out to chase you down last time has probably seen this ship and done something about it as well.
Oh, it didn't come from the temple?
No, it came from over where their ship was parked previously.
Right, okay.
Because remember, they had a ship parked off to the side, and they got a little transport in.
Okay. And they've just taken down...
Seem to have clipped in, it's gone, whoa.
Classic Star Wars fashion.
But not exploded,
Trailing smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks really badly damaged, spinning out of control, but somehow it's mostly okay.
Yeah, mostly okay.
Luke's snow speeder going down in the back.
Yes,
of the car.
yeah, that kind of thing. Very much like that because of the snow. Dreet, the footprints look like pretty hefty tactical boots, kind of set up, and you know that you've been told that there's a group of, you're not sure, like Eriadu Authority, Black Sun, some group, some people doing something dark and nefarious or coming down here for whatever reason, but you're not sure who they are.
Is there light? Is it sunny? Is it light? Is it?
No, it's heavily overcast. Remember, there's a massive snowstorm. It's heavily overcast, so it's daytime, but it's dark because it's not very light.
Yeah.
And as you're going up the staircase, the metal stanchions now are kind of above your head, so you're kind of passing into this dark area, and it is dark in there. So you will need to light your way somehow.
By the way, with the advantage, I put the blue dice in for whoever goes next. Or rolls.
Oh, I have a glow rod.
Where is it on your person? Well, you're a droid. Yeah.
Could be anywhere.
Well, before he had an eyebrow, now he's got a glow rod.
Well, luckily, my utility belt has a whatever a torch is in Star Wars.
A glow stick.
Still a torch, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say torch, but they probably say something.
An illuminating lamp pack.
An illumination rod.
Yes. Yes. It's all
This
very
is when you want a flamer. You just go. No, this is just that little.
Or lightsabers work.
Yeah. When they
Only we
work.
had a red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think torches in the Star Wars universe would definitely be just like a little lightsaber.
No, that's a toasting knife.
Can you try and dial into their communication?
I can try.
There's 6 tactical guys in here, I reckon, which means they're going to have some kind of communication, and I think we can probably track them and maybe even triangulate them.
Difficulty 3.
Could I have another yellow dice, please? Thank you. Hang on, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is right.
I'm going to use a point to
So that turns a purple one
to
red.
a red. Yep.
Oh,
Oh no!
Is that the
He
super negative?
rolled a despair.
Oh,
That's the first one we've had, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first ever despair.
So is it worth checking everything else?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because you may
So
still
that will actually
succeed.
cancel one of them. He did.
Okay.
So you succeeded.
Despairing.
So really,
I'm capable of
He uses that blue
despair.
dice as well.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And
I think it's more
It's not
you
that you
perhaps
personally despair.
broadcast our position or something, or that kind of thing.
exactly that.
Yeah.
So
Hello.
you rotate through comlink frequencies, and you find a frequency with communication going on. It is
unfortunately, you say
encrypted.
hello.
Right. Okay.
So it's comes across as like a weird chattery type thing. And then you accidentally sort of pulse through
Broadcast something.
the comlink yourself, and it all goes silent on the other end.
Oops.
You can, however, use that to do that.
Oh yeah.
It's a blue die in the middle again.
We're busted, guys.
That's okay.
Whoever's here, they know. I think they know we're here.
Well, we've been shooting at them, so...
I'll put my communicator, my kind of, tablet communicator. Mm-hmm. I shall put on my
phone?
My location. I shall put on my location so it can track my location as we're moving.
You're turning on your location services.
I am turning on my location services.
Okay.
Always allowed.
So that I can basically know where we're going.
Sort of map your way out.
Basically, map my way in and then map my way out.
Okay.
And so it's the highest bidder.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to make a roll because...
What?
One of the other things you've discovered when you were checking through the comics is the material that the Jedi Temple is made out of, this ancient stone, is very dense. It's got a high kind of gravitic compound, element to it.
Okay.
So it's quite disruptive. So you need to make a roll to see how well it tracks you through one you go inside.
Computers?
It will be... yeah, computers.
Difficulty how many?
Difficulty 5.
2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll take that blue dice.
Yeah.
That's your yellow. I'll give you that back.
I guess. I rolled lots of bad ones.
Lots of threats.
I rolled lots of bad
You
ones.
guys haven't started well with your rolls, have you?
So there's the 2. So that goes with that.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
And that's it.
So I got 3 successes and 4
threats.
3 successes, 4 threats.
He electrocutes himself and he dies.
Maybe I've just turned on my location and everyone knows where I am.
Okay.
No, that's not despair. It can't be worse than despair.
Locate yourself to
It's
death.
just like, I think someone might be here. Simon broadcast, hello, right here.
I can get strain and all sorts, can't I?
4 strain, yeah, good. Yeah, and your fingers.
So-
you break all 4 fingers.
So you're successful and you set your device to creating like a little trail.
Yeah.
It may not literally map the interior of the structure,
Yeah.
but it will show you the way that you walked.
Yeah.
Like your, a jogging app, and you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
follow
yeah.
that line back.
Yeah.
You just don't have the map around it,
Okay.
as it were.
Yeah. But I can turn my camera on, right?
However, let me see.
You can have a bonus to your next dice if you like.
Well, I'm gonna, and your device can now. It has to do just that, or it can't do anything else. All the power of the device has to be used to track you through the things. You can't use it for anything else.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you take 2 strain.
Okay.
Wow, I hope we get lost after all that. Make it worth it.
Okay, so Jian-Wei, you've got to you're like at the front, and as you look in your, there's like in your mind's eye you see a resplendent hallway with banners hanging, not overly done, clean floor, spotless, banners of the Republic, statues and holograms of ancient Jedi, whose learnings were spewed out to you endlessly, but now you have a slightly different view on it. But then suddenly you've got to shake your head, and here is the ruined and crumbled interior. You know that there was a way down into the kind of the storage area underneath, and there was like a vault, like a little series of chambers where different things were stored, and if anywhere, that's where it would have been stored. The higher rooms were the training rooms. Often had view out across the snow and everything for people to have like meditative against the horizon and all that kind of thing. And there was even a little landing platform for like ships to settle on top of, like shuttles to land on top of the temple. Now, obviously, that's impossible because of the
giant
rubble around
space center.
Exactly. So you think you need to sort of head in a bit and then down to do that, and you can start to make your way through the rubble. There's a bit of a floor here, but there's kind of the walls are coming in. A block has dropped down here, so you've got to be fairly careful. But with Jian-Wei's guidance, you can all make it into the entrance hallway if that's what you want to do.
I mean, I think that's what I would start to do anyway.
Okay.
Right.
Just wandering because no idea where the hell we're going.
No.
Okay. I'll need everyone to make perception rolls. Has anyone got a light?
Yes,
I have.
Okay.
I have 2.
So it's difficulty 3 because it's 2 because you got a light. Sorry, it's going to be 3.
3 if you don't have a light.
Yeah.
What is it? What are we rolling? Sorry, perception.
Perception.
I'm not having a good dice rolling tonight.
Oh, that's good.
So that cancels.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah. I got
Because I do have a light.
because I got 2 failures and 2 advantage. So I blue dice for the next person.
Sorry. Oh, right. Yeah.
I failed miserably.
Yeah, 3 success. Cool.
I got 2 successes and 2 advantage.
2 successes, 2 advantage.
3 success.
Oh, 3 success. Sorry.
3 successes. Okay. Well, I got a triumph. And 1 success. So I win.
Probably them spotting us.
Alright, okay. So
Have we been ambushed?
you all step into the hallway.
No, because it's perception, not the
However,
other
can I
one.
use my advantage to...
This is to see if you noticed anyone in this chamber. There's lots of hidey holes. It's a big, as you know, these entranceways are fairly broad, 30 feet across, 100 foot deep.
I'll use my advantage to give next person a blue.
Okay, that's cool.
So there's currently 2 blues in the pool because I did the same thing.
So
Can we do that? Can
you
we
don't
stack them
notice
like that?
anyone. You don't see anyone. As suddenly, you are attacked from the shadows from 3 locations. So we will have initiative. And you guys will roll vigilance. And I will roll cool. I think that's right, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, because you...
That'll do, pig.
Nice.
What we rolling? Sorry, vigilance. Which is
Vigilance.
willpower. Is that right?
Now I'm going to use a
2 success.
You can.
destiny point to improve my...
Yeah, we
Myself.
can't, we can't stop you, so...
No.
I got nothing.
You religion roleplay. Oh, did anyone use the 2 blues in the pool?
I don't think... Do we do that for initiatives?
No.
Okay.
No,
I didn't think so.
no. So I got 3 successes.
I got 4.
4.
2.
I rolled 2 successes on my 2 dice.
I got 2 and an advantage.
2 and
Oh, 2 and 2 to 2 advantage, sorry.
Okay.
You didn't have the
Okay. So
Sorry.
you react quickly. So they leap out and they start shooting at you. These 3 figures. There is a Bothan, a Nautilin. No, sorry, not a Nautilin. A Bothan, a Twi'lek, and an Aqualish, which they've got the butt face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The guy who goes and goes, oh, you'll be dead. His mate gets his arm. Yeah. Who's
I definitely think he's going to die first.
He's the architect, isn't he? In the
Yeah.
Yeah, in Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken. That's so good. He's like his mate just really drunk. He gets his arms up.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. He's like, sorry, if you haven't seen that, go and watch it. It's very funny.
It is very funny.
Right, so these 3 figures jump out, and Kavan, with his cool, cunning, and
Cat-like
quick
reflexes.
quick wits, I assume the blaster just is coming out in your hand before you've even thought about it.
Well, I was already holding it because I was walking around knowing there
true.
were bad
Yes,
people.
very true.
I'm going to use my manoeuvre to get to cover
Okay.
because you said there's lots of rubber around.
Yeah, you kind
and
of
I'm
jump
gonna-
into a low bit.
Unless there's one of them in the open.
No, they're all in cover.
Right, I'm going to use my manoeuvre to get to cover and then I'm going to shoot the Bothan.
Many Bothans died. Yes. Okay. Right. So you maneuver into cover. That's fine. You will be at. You're not engaged, so you'll be at
Short range.
short range. So that's difficulty 1.
And the black for
Yes.
cover.
And a black. Yes, a setback die for cover. Now, also these guys are adversaries, and they have a talent called Adversary 1. Upgrade the difficulty of all combat checks against this target once.
Is that
So
another
no.
purple?
So they're all threes.
Replace it with the red.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Purple and red.
Can I have another yellow, please?
That's cool. I like that roll.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so instead of the purple,
That's the theme of the season. Adversaries. Okay. So you got a lot of dice to roll.
I'm going to spend one of them. Can I have another yellow?
oh, come on, go for it.
There's only one.
I don't believe in
then-
overkill.
And then I'm going to use one
You
to
can't.
To give you
Oh,
another
does that
purple.
turn that
because
to
I
a
haven't done
purple?
it. Yeah. Oh no, it gives you another
It gives you
purple
another
die.
purple.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
If
just
you
said.
upgrade beyond the dice, then
Okay.
you get another die.
All right, so you don't upgrade the black.
No, you just keep the black as it is.
What was the black for?
They're in
It's in
cover.
cover. They're in cover.
Oh, they're in cover.
Yeah, they're like
4 successes and 4 advantage.
Oh, wow.
wow.
I'm assuming
because of my laser.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
you use
that's
the
some
2
serious
blue.
crit.
That was the 2 blues.
That's some serious
Okay.
crittage, that.
4 successes and 4
To be
advantage.
fair, I was rolling 4 yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So how much damage do you do to the bottom?
11.
Is that including the crit?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Wait, has anyone got...
You're definitely going to do a crit. With
Okay, so you're shooting at the bottom. You did 11 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. They are wearing. You can tell they're wearing like a reinforced blast vest, but it's kind of black, metallic, grey kind of colours. They've got combat armor.
They're not stylish.
Okay, so you did 11 points of damage.
11 points. Yeah.
He's got soak of 5.
Oh, he soaks almost as well as I do.
Soak of 5. I have a soak of 1.
No, you'll have
No, you
more than
don't.
one.
You've got-
Oh, sorry, 1 armour soak. And
then
my
you're
soak.
And then
And
you're
your
brawn.
brawn, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Jeez, I think
He's not very good after all.
Better scale down some of these bad guys.
No armour and 1 brawn.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've got a soak of, I've got brawn of 2.
Okay. Soak of 3. So soak of 3.
I've got a soak of 3.
Okay.
So,
And you're going to roll for a
I'm
critical.
going to roll for the critical.
Okay.
Get 13.
39.
39. Stinger. Increase the difficulty
It's
of
an
next
anti-air
check
missile.
by 1.
Haha, take that, you
That's
bottom.
really good.
And the last, because that's... I got 4 advantage, so I'm going to use the last one to whoever is next
Get
gets
in the
a few.
pot.
I'll put
Okay.
that up there so people...
Cool. So that person's at +1 difficulty. So I might leave them till last. The Aqualish. Shoots out from behind his cover. It's like a
systems.
big block. And he's got a little mate with him who's got like a little you'll be dead. He leans out and fires at you. Just checking what weapon he's got. Yep. Okay, so we have got that and that. And it's going to fire at... This one's going to fire at... it's going to fire at Kavan because you've come in.
Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, don't look at the GM.
Don't look at the GM.
Yeah.
I'm going to up the difficulty.
Oh!
And
Okay.
so I'm in cover, so he gets a black
Setback die, yeah.
a setback
I
die,
won't put it.
and I've got defense 1, so he gets another one.
Indeed, right.
We
Cool.
like the old defence 1.
In which case, I'm going to use a point to upgrade my skill.
Oh,
Okay.
You could do it, Kevin. I believe.
oh, the face of is this good? Is this bad?
I rolled 3 threat and 3 advantage, so they cancel out. 2 successes. So
Oh, I'm
you
so
get hit for... Where are we? 7 points of damage.
Ow!
Take your soak off that.
I know, but ow!
It's still out,
Okay.
isn't it? There's still 4 of them and you're dead.
I can shoot quite not even 4.
Okay.
I can shoot well, but
Over
I'm
to the
glass.
player characters. Who's going to go next? I wonder.
So Bumface has come out around the corner,
Yep.
and I see him.
Yep.
I'm going after him.
Well, you see all of them, so they're like dotted around the room, sort of equidistant.
Yeah, but he just fired at
He
Kavan.
just shot.
Did we bring Booley? You're going to go for the one that's just fired?
No, Booley's
still recovering.
Yeah,
Oh
Booley's
no, we
recovering.
should have brought Booley!
Back going,
Hooley was hurt.
So we're at close range.
Yep, 1 difficult.
So movement, because I I've got to get engaged.
Oh, of course.
Moving close. I'm going to take a point of strain so I can aim. I'm going to take the blue die over there.
Yep.
And then I'm going to chop up the
Put your point of strain on.
2 points. Yeah, isn't it for another move?
Yes, 2 points of strain.
2 points of strain. Can I have another yellow, please? And my difficulty. And did you say I get another difficulty for adversary?
No, you get, 1 difficulty upgrade.
Upgrade.
And you get a setback die because he's in cover.
Even though he's in melee.
Even though he's in melee.
Oh, melee. Yeah, sorry. Not melee. Yeah, sorry. I'm just assuming blasters.
No!
Oh, that looks good.
Goodish. I'm figuring there's going to be some sort of critical.
Oh, this guy is in trouble.
Can you do more than 1 critical?
I don't know, but I'm going to do a critical. Because my critical's 2. So anyway, let's work out how my damage is doing at the moment.
So you were successful.
I'm very successful. I got 5 successes with 3 advantage.
So that's 5. So that you do your damage plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your damage?
And that's 9, 14. At Pierce 2.
14.
At Pierce 2, so it goes through two levels of soak.
So soak is 3.
Yeah.
And you did how much? 14.
14.
Okay, so you do 11 points of damage
Yeah.
to him.
And then I'm
Oh
going to...
man, you slice across his chest and he's just like, "Ah!" No, you chop his arm off.
You got to chop his arm.
Chop his arm off about there and it hits the floor. It's really hairy for some reason.
Yeah. Is he dead?
No.
Okay,
You're gonna do your crit.
I'm going to do a crit with 2, and I'm going to use my last advantage to activate Vicious 2. Up it by 20, so can I have percentile dice?
Oh.
So is that 91? I can't up that by 20, so...
Yeah, it goes up to 111.
111!
Okay.
Out of 100.
Goes all the way to 111.
I think the chart goes quite
Okay, it says temporarily lame, so you chop his arm.
Chop his arm.
We're just going to go with that.
It'll be more than temporarily lame in a minute. Wait till the second attack.
Can't do more than 1 manoeuvre in a turn.
No.
So you've kind of horribly injured him, and he's like blood, kind of, you know.
No blood.
No blood,
Oh yeah, Star Wars. Sorry, Star Wars.
There's just an arm on the floor.
Just a sleeve. Quickly grabbing the end of it, you know, but he's still got his gun in his other hand. Right, so now it's my go again. The Twi'lek on the other side looks across and shouts, let me get this right. Ostash! No! And shoots at you.
Cool.
Because you just chopped his mate's arm off.
Yeah. Okay, right. Let me get this right. That, and that. No cover, none of that. Short range. Do we get a penalty for being in close combat?
Engaged, isn't it?
Engaged.
Isn't
He's
it?
not engaged with me, though, is he?
Engaged with ranged light weapon plus 1 difficulty. No, he's not engaged.
Yeah, he's not engaged.
So if you're engaged
Engaged and
with
he's trying to
range,
shoot
you get
and
plus
you're
2
trying to
difficulty.
And a black die for him being in combat with his mate? Because that seems like it would be a bit more awkward to get a clean shot.
Or the fact that they're both in cover.
No, not in cover from where
where
because
he
it's
is.
kind of looking into the room.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So
Okay, get there.
it's not craziness, and I haven't got any dark destiny points.
Oh no. That's okay. I can give you some of those.
Do you have any defense on your armor? Oh no, it's so
No, it's just like I
You just soak everything.
I soak quite a lot, but I mean, not everything.
3 advantage. Yeah. You drop your sword.
Okay.
So it fires across, and you go, your
Instinct.
old training, and you go to block it with your sword, thinking it's a lightsaber, and you kind of knocks your sword out of your hand.
Only you had a lightsaber.
So it lands just out of reach.
You know I have like a big sword, a medium sword, and...
I know you do, but the one you were holding, which I assume is the
It's the two-handed one.
Is it on a bit of string?
It's just out of reach, so you
Punchy
can.
cord.
Well, it is. It's on like a bit of string you can't see.
Yeah.
So yes,
You're not a real
you are currently
Jedi. You got
disarmed.
string.
I'm currently disarmed.
Yes. Okay. So that's my go. What are you guys doing?
That's his 3 done.
Dreep and Sparks. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to manoeuvre
I
into
know, he's still
cover as
got a
well.
boffin.
You still got
The
Boffin?
Bothan hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bothan got shot and injured. So you're going to maneuver into cover
And he's
near
got-
Cavan
you can
or
fire.
somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm going to aim and fire.
At the Bothan, which Cavan shot, the Twi'lek that's not been injured. I don't think you can actually see the Aqualish at the moment because from where you
Shoot the
are...
Twi'lek.
I'm going to shoot the Twi'lek.
Okay, cool. It's
Stupid Twi'lek.
difficulty 1 and a setback die.
Can't remember how to do this.
So,
Range light.
so what's your
Your agility is 3. Range light of 1,
you've
so
got-
2
yes.
green and a yellow.
And then them.
There you go.
I was going to say you could use them, but
So they cancel
So
the... So 2 advantage. No
2
success.
advantage. Okay, so you fire. You don't hit. However, you can give that person a setback die if you want, or you can give an ally a boost die.
No, I'm going to give the Twi'lek a setback die.
Okay, so you run into cover, and as you run into cover, you fire across, and they have to like duck behind the cover slightly, and kind of dust flies up, and they're slightly distracted.
Disorientated.
Exactly, and then you jump into cover. With a clang. Okay, so then it's the Bothan that you shot previously, who's going to return fire on you.
He had an extra setback.
so he's got 3 setback die.
It had upgraded the difficulty.
I upgraded.
Yeah, so that becomes a...
Red. Okay.
Yeah. Did it say upgrade or increase? Let's have a look. Temporary lame.
No, that was.
Oh no, that wasn't that one.
Mine
Yeah.
was 37
Oh, yeah,
or
sorry.
something.
39, wasn't it?
Increase difficulty.
Ah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
2 difficulty. There we go. Setback die for thingy. Setback die for defense. I didn't know your cape gave you a setback die for defense.
I have incredibly expensive capes.
Oh yes, of course.
Remember, I
You get a
spent.
setback dice for incredibly expensive.
It's the armour. It's the armoured clothing. I spent a huge. I forget what the upgrade's called, but it's basically like makes it look super fancy.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. It was like loads and loads of credits.
An
Range
inordinate.
defense, isn't it?
Yeah, and no, both. I
is
get a
it
point in
both? Yeah.
defence.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I spent an inordinate amount of credits.
Yeah, it
on
was
that.
a lot of money.
And I'm going to spend one of them.
Oh, to upgrade my difficulty.
Because I am made
another
of
red.
To a
paper.
threat.
Yeah. I
A
was.
challenge die. That's the red one. Here we go. Oh, that's...
I love this about these dice because you're
So,
like, oh.
I got a despair.
Yay!
However, I got
19
2 successes
Oh
and
god.
2 advantages.
Oh god.
So I hit you,
Ow.
and you are going to get a setback die for your next thingy. However, I have a despair.
You die.
The gun, the Bothan's gun, kind of sparks and fizzes in their hand. And has to drop it on the floor, and it kind of, like, not like an explosion, but like, this is kaput, kind of, yeah, exactly.
Smoke comes
And
out.
I'm like, ah! So you take 7 points of damage.
Wow.
What are you on?
4.
Oh, you got 4 left.
Yeah, I'm made of paper.
Right. Okay.
Ow.
Cool.
I shall walk over to where Caven is.
Shoot him in the back of the
Seeing him in distress, so
Yeah.
I shall walk over to where Caven is, stand next to Caven, right, as he's hid behind the rock, right? I am not hiding behind a rock.
You're 8 foot tall as well.
I shall swing up my disruptor rifle,
Okay.
right, aim, so I take strain for aim because I've already done
Yep.
my manoeuvre,
Yep.
and I shall unload into the Twi'lek.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Unload into the Twi'lek. That hasn't been hurt yet.
So I'll use
That has
a
a
white
setback
dice. Use a white dice.
A destiny
Okay.
point.
That's
Yep.
the one.
Yep.
The white thing's on the screen. I use one of them. Do I get a bonus thingy dice from anything?
No.
No, and they're in cover.
You get
so
one for aiming.
I get one for aiming.
Yeah,
I knew I'd
and
got
get
one for a reason.
Setback die for cover and one difficulty for shooting.
Didn't you just use a destiny dice?
Yeah, I think you upgraded one a green
Yeah,
to
so
a
I got
yellow.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
4 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So you
Cool.
got 3 and 1. Cool. Go for it.
Okay.
Oh, 2 triumphs!
Okay, so let's take the
That's
trick.
got to be a one shot, surely.
So that goes off.
What happens if you get more than 1 triumph?
So I got
Do they stack?
yeah,
There's
that,
two on
those
the
two
Jedi.
and that one.
Change that to
Mega triumph.
It's got to be a single advantage on it somewhere. There it is. There you go.
So I get 2 successes for them.
Yeah, you got 2
Right.
triumphs, don't worry.
Okay, so I did 12 damage. Okay, because I do 10. So I did 12 damage. And then I can do my critical off 2.
Hold fire.
And
You step forward.
I get plus 50 to my critical.
Yes.
Suspicious.
You step forward.
Yeah.
And you stand next to Kavan. And you bring out your disruptor rifle. And you go to fire. And as you do,
Yeah.
the ground slides slightly.
Yeah.
And your gun points up.
Yeah.
And your disruptor rifle blasts the wall above the Twi'lek. And a 6 foot by 6 foot block of ancient stone slides down vertically suddenly. And the Twi'lek is no longer visible.
Yeah.
And a little bit of green goo.
Okay, then I think you should just swoon at this point.
No, because he just stood next to me and then shot
Can I-
one of the
can I-
people that
can I-
wasn't
can I
shooting
al-
at me.
Can I also say a glint of light bounces off something and reflects off my rebellion?
Yes, absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
little rebellion.
Don't worry, I'll help you. I'm going to shoot the guy that's
It's like
not shooting at
where
you.
it fell down, there's like a little crack of light, and it comes in on the chest, and you see the sign of the rebellion. I love it. Cool. Okay. In the distance, you hear the burn of a jetpack from behind you. Okay, so we go back round to the beginning, I believe, because that was everyone's actions.
I would really like to go first.
Okay. Do you want me to go first because I can heal you?
I'm going to shoot the boffin.
He's got
Okay.
no, he's got no gun, yeah?
He's got no gun.
No,
Yeah, he's gun.
The boffin's guns.
Hold on.
The boffin's gun.
All right.
Right.
What was the other one that was shooting at me?
Aqualish.
I'll
It's
shoot
in
him.
combat.
Wait,
He's in combat with me.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't see him.
He's gone past you to that one.
So just use the Twi'lek.
Twi'lek's gone.
I'll shoot. Yeah, no, go on. You hit the one.
Oh,
that's
okay,
in
I'll just
combat
after
with
this stabbing up the one I'm doing right now.
Or you need to...
you.
No. I got quick draw. I just draw my second sword. It's fine. and it's an incidental thing, so it doesn't even cost me anything to do
this
that.
one, and this one, and this one, and that one, and that
It's just
one.
like that scene from Mad Max with the gun. The gun. No.
That's wicked enough.
Yep.
Don't forget these. Oh, I keep forgetting these guys are adversary 1.
I've upgraded it
To
to
upgrade difficulty.
Yeah,
Okay.
difficulty. Because that would be difficulty 2, and then I changed
Yep.
one to a red. I've got despair.
Dropped another
I think
sword.
you just thrown the other one.
This one breaks.
Don't want that one.
This is my mini, my slightly smaller.
Is it vibro?
It's still a vibro.
You're going to end up with a vibro knife.
Okay, so that gets rid of that.
Got 6 of them somewhere.
And then that just
It's almost like you want to get
you'll lose
rid of
one
these
success for the
sword type
despair.
weapons to get.
Yeah, I took the
different
success off
successes.
the despair. Yeah, so I've got 3 successes and 2 advantage, and then a despair. So the 3 successes. 1 second. Let's get my other sword.
Does the despair also count as a failure?
Yeah. So I took.
Just like a...
Yeah. So
no,
is
you took
it,
one off.
is it? So I've taken one off.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
counts as a failure.
Yeah. 6, 8, 11 damage at pierce 2, and I'll just recover my strain because
11 damage at pierce 2.
yeah.
There's a scream in the corner of the room as the Aqualish goes down, and a strange metallic noise as your weapon is damaged, striking him down. You kind of catch it on the stone, and your weapon is damaged by one level.
Yeah, that knocks all of its things down, doesn't it? By
No, it basically
yeah,
just
it-
means
it-
it's got an increased chance of breaking.
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's got a certain number of hit points. Where are we? Vibro Sword has 3 hit points.
So it's
So
got
now it's
2
2. Cool. So if you do that 3 times, it breaks.
Cool beans.
It's a bit harsh to just break it straight away. Okay. Yes, the Aqualish is down.
There he is. Sorry.
Okay, so it's my go.
It's your go.
So you hear a sudden burst of jetpack. And then footsteps behind all of you. And at the doorway, you see the Zabrak. I think you're probably nearest.
Yeah.
And you turn around and you see someone you know from the past, Kurgex. He works for Gleech the Vast. Is it the Vast?
Yeah.
Yes, Gleech the Vast. And he looks at you and he says, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I think it's time you came with me. He doesn't attack you.
Yeah.
And he's got weapons. He's holding a heavy blaster pistol, and you can see a disruptor rifle on his back. He's wearing some serious armor, and you know this guy is actually pretty good at what he does. But he's standing there, and he just says this to you in a fairly... you've met him before. You've dealt with him before. He's not a bad guy. He's very good at being a bounty hunter. And he says it to you in an almost like, let's go to the pub. You know, come on, let's go. Time to go. Come on. Kind of thing. He is, however, what was the start? He kind of go like defensive or something. Maneuvers, guarded stance.
Only works when you're in combat.
That's melee, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. He's guarded stance anyway, because he knows that you've got a melee friend.
And you heard the scream in the room ahead.
Okay, so you've had your go. There's still the Bothan, and you can actually hear now from the corridor ahead more footsteps.
Okay.
Who's next? On your side, because I've gone with Kurgex.
So I'm happy to heal you if you like, because I can. I don't know how that, because you can do the med kit.
Med kit.
All right. Well,
If it's like a stim pack thing, you can do
if you
that.
want to have a look at that rules or whatever, how that works, while that's going on, I'll shoot the Bothan.
Okay.
If you want to look up how the rules and
Okay.
stuff
Yeah.
work.
I'll
Just
do
to give you
that.
time. So yeah, I'm going to shoot the Bothan.
Okay.
Right, can I have
look.
Can I have another yellow, please? Dan?
Another
You turn
yellow.
that. Thanks.
Yeah, buddy.
We're going to upgrade your difficulty.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
And this was setback die for colour.
Because it's adversary 1. Isn't it?
Adversary 1, yes. So you need here.
I got 3 successes, 2 advantage, and a triumph.
Wow, there's been a lot of triumph tonight. Appropriate.
And a couple of despairs as
And a
well.
couple of
And
despairs.
as I say,
appropriate
quite
for
a
the
few
finale.
And as I do this, without turning around, because I know there's Zabrak's there, because I'm right next to Tree, can I just say, come on, man, give us a minute.
Okay, cool. Yes, you can.
In a very charming
In
way.
a charmy, cheeky way. And you... And the Bothan, who's like reaching for a vibro knife, which is kind of like machete, machete style. Just pulling that out, you blast them away and back into the shadows from whence they came.
The 2 advantages I'm gonna recover a strain and give whoever acts next to you.
Okay. You can now all hear running from the next room, just beyond the corridor. You think another round, and you'd probably have more people joining you in combat. But that's their go. Effectively, they're moving to the edge of your zone. You can't see them, they can't see you, but you're aware of them. Now it's your guys' go. Are you going to heal?
Yeah.
Okay. How does that work?
So I shall tell him, not this time, and then I shall turn and heal. So basically, I roll 4 dice because my education is 4 dice. I have medicine 1, which means I get 1 yellow dice. I get a plus blue dice because I do.
Oh, and you get another one for...
I get another blue dice, and then I heal 1 point for every. Sorry, I don't get. Yeah. So basically, I heal 1 point for every success, and I also get +1 because I'm a surgeon.
Okay.
I think that's what I get that for.
Yeah. Oh, not bad.
There's a lot of advantage.
Well, yeah, but I only heal. I only heal on successes.
Okay, so 2 successes.
So 2 successes plus 1 is 3. So I heal 3 points.
Yep.
And
Does
then
the
I have
advantage heal the strain?
advantage heal strain. Yeah. So you can heal 3 points of damage. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
It's alright,
6,
you've healed my strain.
8 points of strain.
Thank you
That
very much.
That wasn't quite as successful as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, with that many dice,
With that many dice, I was hoping for a few more.
Everyone make perception rolls. Yeah, just before Sparks' go. You
Any difficulty to this or just straight perception?
difficulty 2.
That's not bad.
Another triumph. Blimey. 2 difficulty dice.
Oh, wicked. Okay, that makes a nice change.
So just 2 successes, a triumph and an advantage.
How was that all?
Is that all? Perception,
Just
cunning.
1 success and one success, 2 advantage.
2 difficulties,
I
you say?
see
Yeah.
everything.
I got 3 successes.
My head literally turns like an owl.
That's
2
the
success.
that's the extra juju juice I put in the stimpat.
Okay, so you all hear a voice from the next room say, "Bring the ship. Take out the entranceway." Sparks, your go.
Are we about to be entombed, do you think?
Probably.
Do we know where the thing is that we're here to get?
We have a strong suspicion it's downstairs.
Actually, no, we have no idea.
You have no idea. You're kind
Oh,
of...
he knows. Oh,
You
right.
have a
we don't-
feeling...
I have a
We
feeling.
don't know he knows.
No.
I haven't made
We have
mention
no
of it.
idea. We've just been kind of bimbling out randomly. As far as we're concerned.
So combat has ended now.
There's like a momentary lull for a few seconds.
Because there's a brack standing right behind you if you're
There's
injured.
Zabrak.
There's a bounty hunter standing in the doorway
Yeah, who's come
with
from me.
various guns going, "Come with me."
And I sassed him a little bit.
Yes.
In a cheeky
And,
way.
Simon went, "Not today."
Not
Yeah.
today. Did. I couldn't quite get the angle right for the glint. It wasn't just the moment just wasn't there.
Can we hurry this up at all?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah,
I just can't going up.
I know, but
You say that, and he turns around, and the Aqualish goes.
we're about to be kind of entombed in this.
Can you not do like a paused action so you're ready for the.
I don't think you can.
I don't think there's. Take a maneuver to prepare something for later. Preparation.
So you can at least
about
so you could perhaps roll your dice to get an advantage for your next action. Do you know what I mean?
That's a
Can you do that?
bit gamey.
Yeah. Little meta there, Simon.
That is a bit mad.
Okay. Cut that bit.
No. It's good to discuss.
You
such
could try and
things.
use your comm to see if you could stop that signal going out, maybe?
We do have a comm jammer.
You are quite good at that sort of
Oh,
stuff.
we do have a comm jammer. Did you bring it?
It's on my back, so yes.
Oh, you've got it.
That did sound like one side of a conversation.
What's that?
Like
As
someone
in,
saying to the person on the ship,
in
"Bring
other words,
the ship,
in other words, we can't stop it because it's
Too
already gone
late.
out.
take out
Yeah.
the entranceway."
No.
I say we move deeper in. We don't want to be here when the doorway goes down.
Do we want to be inside when the doorway goes down?
Yes.
Don't worry. These places often have different exits.
Yeah.
This biological seems to know a bit more than the others. The Zabrak says, "What's going on?"
Leave him in the doorway! Leave him in the doorway!
Look, I'm here. I don't want to have to kill you. I'd rather take you in peacefully so you can talk to Gleege yourself and explain why you did what you did.
How far from the doorway is he currently?
Oh, he's like, come in to the...
Yeah, but is
it's
he
like a
in the
kind of
doorway
just-
that, say, if it gets blasted, might, sting a bit?
Yeah, probably, a little bit. It'd be in a
Keep
blast
him talking.
radius.
I'm going to turn around and be like, look, we've just got to do something, and we actually kind of need him to do that. If you can just wait here for a couple of minutes, we'll be back very shortly. I'll hand him over to you myself in the most charming way possible.
I will tell him.
So with a charm roll,
Make a roll.
I will tell him.
Difficulty 5.
I'm going to use a thing.
And so am I.
Can I have another yellow die?
I helped disable the hyperdrive on Gleesh, his cruiser.
I don't care. Look, you screwed up that whole
Cancels that.
setup.
Yeah,
Cancels that.
I'm being paid to bring you in to account for that.
yeah.
I don't care what you've done now,
That cancels
or what you're
that.
doing here, and why I've had to chase you to the arse end of the unknown
3
regions.
successes.
3 successes. He says, I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Okay. I'll just point my disruptor rifle out.
It's fine. Dreep, if you just want to...
As you say
just
this,
over there.
as this is going on,
And I'm going to start walking away.
as this is going on, you hear a ship outside, and 3 people burst into the room at the other end of the room.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've regathered my other sword, by the way.
okay. So we're going to go back to initiative round now. Mm-hmm. So you guys get to go first.
So, hang on. How close to the doorway are we?
So this room is, say, 100 feet, like a big chamber. You're probably about 30 or 40 feet in. They're coming in at the other end. The guy is kind of 10 feet in the doorway. And yeah, that's kind of the setup. It's about 30 feet wide, but there's kind of alcoves and dark pockets and, as I said, jumbled floor and blocks fallen down, squished Twi'leks, etc.
So on Dreep, shoot that Zabrak with a stun grenade.
Who's going first?
I will say only one of us will leave this place, and then I'll shoot him.
Okay. Right. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Cool.
At least
so,
I hope with a stun grenade.
he is adversary 1.
Okay. Let me get my good dice.
Your dice.
My dice. Let me get the dice that I have for
Actually, I suppose my roll should be a deception. Not that it made any difference.
Yeah, 2 and 4.
for shooting.
And then those are the 2
I'm
you'll
very
need.
good at charm and
Because
deception.
it would be too difficult. No, it'd only be 1 difficulty, wouldn't it?
It's
'Cause
short range, so
short
it's 1
range,
difficulty, but it's
But
upgraded.
it's upgraded.
And I'm going to upgrade your difficulty by 1.
So
So-
no. So
no.
you just take another purple.
Another purple.
So when that's it.
Okay. And then because I can, I'll have I'll upgrade
So
one of my
you still
greens.
So use one of our decimals.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Triple triumph.
Triple triumph.
Well, I didn't despair, so that's a good thing.
That's actually a really good roll.
Right. So
So if you just change that to that, and then that'll take that that way, and that's it. That's your score there.
Whoa. That's pretty good.
so I did
That's a lot of anger.
13 damage and a crit.
Okay. 13 damage.
13 damage.
And his crit is vicious 5. I know because you haven't got. You need to use an advantage to activate vicious 5. So you only had enough advantage to do.
Is it crit 2?
Yeah.
Not crit.
Yeah,
it's
crit 2. Yeah, crit 2.
Hang on, let me just... 13 damage.
You still get to roll that.
If only you had one of those laser sights like we've got.
Yeah. And my rangefinder on my helmet means I can fire really far away. Does not help me at close range.
Like, you've, turn it on and you're, can see... yeah.
You're looking at his paws.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like one of those macro.
Yeah.
Everything's
cool.
Okay.
So you're going to roll... You've got a critical.
Yeah.
Go for it. 64. 64. Slightly dazed. The target is disoriented until the end of the encounter.
What does that do?
So, disoriented...
Guess it will add setback to.
Or upgrade difficulties, maybe?
When triggered, target is disoriented a number of rounds equal to rating. And that doesn't tell me what it means. Someone look it up in the book. Okay.
Is there an index?
Okay, right, so I'm going to go next with 3 figures that have entered at the other end of the room. There is
If I didn't get to my crit.
Oh no.
Plus 550. That would have been. That would have been 104.
Yeah, that would have been
nasty.
maimed.
That would have been quite a good start.
I really would have annoyed him then, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
it would have made him.
Would have annoyed.
That probably would have annoyed him.
Yeah.
Adds a setback die to all checks he makes.
Okay, so
Until-
it gets
So it's got a setback.
Yeah, so it's a setback die for all checks he makes.
Sure.
for
So
the rest of the encounter.
Yeah.
For this whole thing, he's like, he's like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It might mean the difference between life and death.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Might.
Times like this where I really wish I wasn't stood right next to
Listen, I've done my my flicker my rebellion badge, and I'm dropping a big column on someone. So I've done my thing.
Okay, so charging into the room come a human, a Rodian, and a Sullustan. And these guys are kitted out like the other three that you had seen in the room. And one of them is going to attack Jian-Wei because you're the furthest forward, standing there holding a big sword.
I mean, I think I would have positioned myself in such a way that I would actually receive cover now. So I would have moved against the column because we knew they were coming.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. I'll roll with that. So
We knew they were coming into
Yeah,
the
we
room.
did.
So
Did.
I wouldn't just be like standing in the middle of the room and be like, hi guys.
Well, I don't know.
I mean-
might be like Conan it.
I mean, my character's good, he's not that good.
That they are jumping into cover at the other end of the room and shooting at you. So I'm just making sure I've got this right. 1 difficulty, 1 setback, 2 of those, 1 of those. Yep. Here we go. Ooh, hello.
Oh, hello.
We've got that negates that. That makes that. 2 successes and an advantage. Right, their next ally is going to have a blue die. And you take 7 points of damage. You take 1. You take 1.
That's me getting mangled by 7 and he's like, yeah.
Okay. Concentrate fire on the Jedi. I mean, the warrior.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's your guys.
Take out all his swords.
Yeah. Right, who's next?
That's literally just you making the noise, isn't it?
What you don't know is the whole series. Every time he's fighting with the sword, he's going. He just doesn't know.
In his head.
Oh. Yeah, it's really sad.
None of the swords make that noise.
Go on. Go break their legs or something.
Yeah.
Cool. So what I'm going to do, because I'm on the column, they're sort of at the end here, aren't they? So what I'm going to do is, I'm presuming, because it's like a temple type thing, there's like sort of column, so I can travel around the outside of them.
Yes.
So I'm going to sprint around the outside of them and engage the one on the furthest right-hand side.
Run up a wall while you're doing it.
Cool, yeah. You're more than capable of doing that. There's like a slight little bit of a ramp as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of.
And then, into the first one as I come down.
Okay.
I take it these are adversary one as well?
They are adversary 1.
Cool beans.
So you still get 2, do you?
And I'm going to upgrade.
Engaged in combat is always 2 difficulty.
Yeah.
You're going to upgrade that to... Cool. Then I shall upgrade my last one to another yellow.
Yeah. This is
Look at
proper
that.
high stakes.
4 yellow and 2 red. Whoa. Come on, you still won't roll as well.
Love it.
Oh, wow, that is a very strong roll.
Oh my
Did you
god.
get like 1 success?
I only got a blank and 1 failure. So, yeah.
So you succeeded on your triumph.
No, I succeeded two
you got
successes, and I've got a lot of advantage here, so this is going to get messy very quickly.
And a triumph. Chop his gun in half.
That'd be great. Cut through the...
No, you can on a triumph, can't you?
You can do something vital.
Yeah.
Chopping his head off.
That might be vital at this moment.
Maybe you should let go of your sword and go through all 3 of them.
Oh,
If it was a sailor... Anyway.
Do that with a sword, can you?
And it'll come
think
back.
it'd be good
It'll come back, and just hooked onto the end of it will be the thing that we've come here to get. Let's go!
Job done, guys!
Done something vital, like found that we win.
You trip over it.
Anyway, that's 12 damage at Pierce 2, so 12 damage going through two levels of soak. I'm I'm activating my advantage. I'm going to put a blue dice in the pool, and I'm going to activate Vicious 2 as well.
Whoa, hang on. What was all of that?
So I have
12 damage, Pierce 2.
Pierce 2.
So their Soak of 5 is reduced to 3, so it takes 9 damage.
About 9 damage, yeah.
This is the human.
Yeah.
Human.
I'm doing 2 of my advantage to do my crit, 1 of my advantage to activate Vicious, and then 1 advantage to put an extra blue die in the thing there.
Okay.
80? Is that 80? Yeah, I'm assuming 80.
Yeah.
80
So
plus,
100.
so 100. Bang on 100, yeah?
100.
100 exact. That's got to be good.
I'm hoping so.
That's a pretty good reaction.
You run up the wall with your triumph. You run along the wall. You cartwheel down. Your clothes flapping around you briefly.
See, you
and you bring the sword down in an almost kind of, lightsaber strike. Your old training is coming back to you, almost like being here is kind of helping you. And you slice so powerfully and at the right angle that you cleave through the corner of the block that he's hiding behind. And you savage the top of his shoulder, and his arm falls to the side. Doesn't fall off. Doesn't fall off. Falls to the side, crippled. Until healed or replaced, it increases difficulty by 1 for use of that limb. Okay.
Cool.
Was it the one holding the gun?
It was the one holding the gun. So his gun rolls out of his hand, just out of reach.
Excellent.
Yes, so that was kind of, and you did that in a very cool Matrix Jedi style way. Cool. Right, next it's me. Let's have a look. So you just chop that guy. The bounty hunter's been shot. And there's a starship outside that's going to shoot the front of the building. So I think we're going to go with a starship. So there's a... Let's see how well this person fires an inanimate giant object.
As long as they just shoot the bounty hunter. I was trying to persuade him to just stand perfectly still. In fact, can you just back up a little bit?
Yeah, it's successful. So it doesn't shoot into the doorway, shoots above the doorway. And you feel the reverberation through the building. And you hear the kind of tearing of steel and metal and kind of a collapse and a... The bounty hunter is hit by some debris. He's not hit by a big explosion or the blasts of the weapon itself. But he is hit by some debris. And you can see that he is clearly injured by this. Although he's got his armour, so it's kind of soaked some of that. And he kind of rolls across the floor, just no gaining range on anyone, but just
to dodge.
It kind of blasts him, and he kind of rolls across the floor and is shaking himself as he kind of gets to his feet, slightly even more disorientated. The doorway looks like large pieces of metal have fallen down, even a couple of bricks and blocks have started to come down. You can still see outside, but it looks like that it's shaking slightly, almost like it's still loose and it might fall and might collapse even further. Right, which one of you is next?
Probably me.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. What targets have we still got?
So down the end of the corridor, you've got 3 targets. You've got a
Crippled one-armed.
Isn't it 2 now? When there are 3 running into the room and
a human.
Well, he's still
He's hurt.
crippled.
Oh, you're engaged with that guy, so
Yeah.
you can't really see the human. A Rodian and a Sulluston.
pick one.
Okay,
Break,
yeah, I'll
bust them up.
aim for whichever one's closest.
The Rodian is closest. She is behind cover, firing at you though. Well, firing in
So
your...
you're in cover, so you can aim. Oh, and you get that.
Nice.
Does he have a laser sight?
Yes. So.
So you're the only one without a laser sight.
Oh no, I really wanted one for this gun
Oh,
especially.
that is beastly.
You should have asked nicely. You could have lent your mind.
No, I didn't have time.
you got 2, and you actually get an extra one of them because of the sight.
Oh yeah.
So that.
So 2 success, 4 advantage.
Wow, cool. Okay. So, you hit the Rodian. She kind of howls with pain. How much damage does your
7
do?
base, because you've got the same gun as me. We pick those up.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. Oh yeah, 7.
So plus 2,
so
9.
9 damage.
And you can activate a crit with 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
And you can put dice back there with the other one.
I like the way we pop it on the top of the little thing. That's on there. That's
40.
4.
4.
Oh, 4. Sorry.
Minor nick. Target suffers 1 strain. Oh!
Oh, you bitch.
He's a female Rodian as well.
Yeah, it is.
They don't take strain, so that just
take
counts as a
extra
wound.
wound. Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty good result, to be fair.
So it's extra damage. Yeah. More damage than all of the other criticals actually do. They just go, your arm's removed. It's really difficult. You'd be like, is that not more damage? Anyway.
Yeah, doesn't really seem sufficient.
But
Does
like
it, with your
about
arms
the
hanging off.
criticals, they actually do like extra damage that you can't soak at all.
I like the ones that do bleed. And basically, it's like, well, you got 3 rounds and you're dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Whatever you do, don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's your round. Are you doing any manoeuvring? Are you just staying in cover and
Just
shooting
going to
at
stay
them?
in cover.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you aimed, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you aimed. Aim, that's what I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Right, so it's my go. So the Rodian is going to shoot back at you.
Okay.
She's going to aim at you, but you're in cover.
Didn't they run into the room?
That was just like
That
the
was
beginning. That's like the combat is joined
Very
again.
courteous of us to allow them to.
Indeed.
I mean, I didn't
You were
really
distracted by the bounty hunter and other things.
I didn't really let him run into the room.
You didn't. No, that's true. That is very true.
I ran up a wall and cartwheeled and chopped one's arm off. Near enough.
That.
I think you should not
One
try.
difficulty. That, and that. Here
I'm
we
gonna
go.
rename you Cavalry.
Okay, so I've got
Ton.
3 successes. So you get hit. Some shots come across. There's a spark off of sparks.
Yeah.
Did you remember the black die?
Like that. Yes, I rolled the black die. So you take 8 points of damage.
Minus your soak.
2.
Do you
So
not,
I'll take 6.
do you not have armor or anything?
Oh.
Yeah, so you get another point, so minus 3.
No, I think your brawn is 1.
Is your brawn 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
it's
and
2.
your armour gives you 2. So yeah, so you take
So what number do I write
So
down?
you might...
6 points of damage.
Do you count up or down?
Up.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got 11 plus 2 on my wounds. I must have.
Oh,
You got toughened.
You
Oh,
toughened.
you've taken
right,
that.
okay.
I got toughened.
13.
Why didn't I just change it to 13?
I don't know.
Maybe you just
Maybe you
thought,
didn't have
I'll
a
do
rubber
that
at
later.
the time.
That was probably why.
That was probably why. Right, so that was my go. It was good actually. That aim got me an extra success.
Yeah.
I should remember these things. I don't want to make it too easy on you guys.
Who have we got left?
So it's just me, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to aim at the Zabrak and fire.
At the bounty hunter.
Is he still laying on the floor?
He's kind of gathered it.
I was going to say.
To be fair, Dreep may be under the impression that I was trying to sell him out because I did just offer to hand him over.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. You can shoot
Dreep
whoever
may
you
not
want
have
to
picked
shoot
up because I'm such a good blagger that I was actually just making that up and trying to get him shot by a ship. So I'm trying to, make it a bit obvious to Dreep not just to shoot me in the back of the head.
Yeah. With a disruptor rifle. That
With a
does 10
disruptor
points of
rifle that
damage
just
and vicious.
completely ruined that rock.
Yeah.
I'm not made of rock.
Definitely.
Can I have another yellow, please?
You can indeed, sir.
Have the.
Oh, lovely, cheers. And I aimed, and one of them, and oh no, that upgrades, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, is the Zabrak, I'm assuming, adversary as well?
Yeah, so
yes,
it would
yeah.
be that, but
Adversary
adversary
one.
does that. Okay, shoot me a Zabrak.
Oh dear.
Oh dear,
Despair.
it is a despair. So that,
It's a failure as well.
yeah. So, 5 success, 5 advantage, and a despair.
Blimey. Okay.
You don't do things by halves, really, do you? No.
How much damage do you do?
12, and I'm going to activate.
So you kill him, but just as he's taking his dying breath, he says,
You're not
"I
gonna,
am your father."
It's not true.
Hence
It's
the-
impossible.
Hence the despair.
you're not going to kill a bounty hunter with two shots.
No, you're not. He's going to be nails.
He's dead.
Is he actually dead?
He's dead. He is dead.
Yeah, he'd already been shot by Dream. Hadn't he? Dream?
And had a building fall on top of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That was like his third hit.
yeah.
And you shot him in the back of the head as he was getting up.
I'm just going to walk over.
Your ranged weapon has run out of ammunition.
Nits.
Yes, that's your, like, you like, do-do-do-do, ha-ha,
Aha! Click, 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 click.
click, 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 click. And yes, Kurgex is dead. So your bounty might not be picked up right away.
No.
Okay, so
Who's
my
next?
go. The human hasn't gone,
No,
and the Soliston hasn't gone.
no.
The Soliston is the human is going to shoot you. Yeah. So it increases the difficulty.
Yep.
I don't think shoot in combat.
It's going to aim at you. Can I aim twice? No.
Why not? You can take
Oh,
strain.
you probably can. I guess.
you can.
You did,
Strain.
you did,
So he'll
you
take-
did give yourself an
I'm
advantage.
not going to do that because he'll take
wounds.
damage.
You did,
And he'll
you
die.
did give yourself an advantage for the next attack, didn't you?
Yeah, with your Iridian shooting.
Ah, yes.
See?
Here we go.
See?
Right, so
Although, wouldn't that have been used on the ship going? Pew, 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 pew?
I don't think so.
No, because the Rodian was after that.
It's not in combat.
yeah.
No idea.
I just thought
Numbers.
Thank you.
Pete was searching
Thank
for an
you.
extra dice, and I thought, well, he has
Oh
actually
yeah,
got one.
and the other. I forgot my. I've got no, and
had five.
Because you've got all the advantage.
and
Strain.
you can have a.
I'm going
You can have a blue die. As
I'm
well.
going to upgrade a green to another yellow. Can I have another yellow?
So I only needed 2 to. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I don't have enough to do that.
Oh, okay.
I can't recover strain, but that one's still there.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Triumph.
Oh dear.
I lose a sword again.
Damn it!
How many more have you got?
Butterfinger!
I picked him back up again.
Did you? No way.
One success, one advantage, and a
I
triumph.
told you not to roll in butter when handling.
So you
your
take
Yeah.
6 points of damage, which means nothing.
I soak all of it.
But
Do you always take one?
No, that's not for
no, you don't actually. Which
Okay.
you know, we should
I actually
address
quite like
at some
that rule.
point.
Yeah.
Well, you always take at least
You
one.
always take at least one.
You
I think it's just representing you getting
an
battered.
ally.
I think it means
will
that
get
7
a-
little guys jumping on you can do you 7 points of damage.
Next ally gets a thingy.
Yep.
And the triumph is shoots your sword out of your hand.
Not again.
Get a lightsaber, you frickin' nerd!
Okay, so you guys, any more
Next
goes?
round. No.
No.
All
Well
right, I've got the
done.
Soliston.
It's still got substance.
Yeah, still got the
Yeah.
Soliston. Soliston is going to. What's he going to do? He can't shoot you because
No,
you're
'cause I've positioned-
You're like
yeah.
round there behind the guy going.
Yeah.
Woo.
Exactly.
Rodian is going at you. Probably focused on that area, so probably going to shoot Kavan.
This game's going to die.
I healed Caven.
Not enough.
No, he's back up to
I'm
7.
not even looking at him!
No, he's back up to 7.
Exactly, even better. Shoot you in
He's
the
back up
back.
to 7.
Also, you're unaware of my attack.
So he should only, drop
you
about
go in
4
cover
of
though,
them.
aren't you? So,
I am behind him.
I'm gonna aim.
You got your blue dice from your.
That's
last
really
advantage
funny
as well.
because basically all you can see is this
Thank you.
8-foot guy facing completely the wrong way with his gun, and he shoots the
Yeah,
little
he's got
guy peeking up next to him.
A big guy with a big gun, and I've got a little.
The little pistol has gone click, click,
Maybe he
click.
just doesn't want to annoy me.
I can tell you're a botanist deep down.
Yeah.
Okay, that.
Do you remember you get an extra? I've got defense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, defense. Here we go.
So,
And I forgot I would have upgraded, but.
that's right. Joy will be fine.
That.
I've got an emergency med pack.
So
here.
2 successes and 4 advantage. So, you take 7 points of damage. What are you on now?
3.
Jesus Christ.
What's your wounds?
I have 12, but I
Oh,
got
so you-
healed part way through.
Right, so you're on 9.
Just as well.
I've literally got 3 left.
And I'm going to do a critical.
No, you're not.
you go.
10 hours over.
Yeah. Activate critical. Critical 4. So I'm going to do a crit.
Look up healing criticals. I've not got to that bit yet.
These guys ain't nice.
I
Here we
got
go.
I've got an emergency med pack.
Okay.
Got some new ones.
Okay. 7. Slowed down. The target can only act during the last allied initiative slot on the next turn.
Ah, that's not too bad.
So you're like...
That's not great.
You're like,
First thing I look at is death.
okay. Right, so... New round. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So which one of you guys wants to go first?
I'm going to go first because I've
Okay.
just seen what's happened to him.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start walking towards the Sulluston,
Okay.
firing. I'm
Okay.
going to break cover and just start walking, aim, and just.
Cool. Okay, go for it.
Oh dear God, our party's going to die.
No, it's alright, it's only me. I'm the squishy one, so he keeps firing at me.
What? I mean, he's only got brawn
No,
one.
he's squishy
He's
as well.
squishy as well.
He's squishy.
I'm not squishy. I'm made of
I've
steel.
fired a lot at you.
And
You
a,
just
and
take
a
the damage.
lot at me, and once at him and not at all at him.
Yeah.
I'm having that. I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to use a light side point and upgrade.
Because it winds him up. You're upgrading?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I do that?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was able to use.
Yes, you can.
yeah.
It's destiny, it's
Yeah.
not force.
Oh, it's oh, I
Destiny.
keep thinking.
Yeah, it's not force. I know you're just a droid and you can't use the force, but, you know, or feel it.
Oh.
Or touch.
Just a droid.
Sorry, Rog. I did it wrong. On the
It's hard not to take that
Pleasure,
person. It's
Joy.
hard not to
stim
take that
pack.
person.
You should have received.
No, you
sorry.
use a med pack.
So I used a med pack. So I used a med pack for healing. If you use a stim pack, you recover
Nice.
5.
Yeah, we didn't use a stim.
We didn't use
So you
Three
can
success,
you can
two
stim
advantage.
pack yourself
So,
for 5.
if you've got stim pack.
I do, but it's not my turn.
Sure. Sorry.
your turn's last.
3 success, 2 advantage.
3 success, 2 advantage. Okay. Did you
Oh,
roll
No, you get another one.
a black
3
die?
advantage.
Did you roll black die for cover?
I'm not in cover.
No, they are in cover.
Oh.
The guy's in cover and it's 1
Oh, well,
difficulty.
that cancels that, so it is that.
And
Because
what
you
cancels
get,
what?
you get
an
bonus advantage for your
sight.
laser sight, so literally that is your roll.
Oh, I see. It
So
cancels
it's-
out
okay,
that.
So it is
Anyway,
3
right.
3
success,
success,
and
2
2 advantage.
advantage. So your weapon does 7 plus 3, which is 10. Okay. So not 5. Okay. And
How much damage?
2
Oh.
advantage.
Two,
What are
Yeah.
you doing with 2 advantage?
So have you
What's
taken straight? No. You could
What's the
put,
crit threshold?
3. You could
Yeah.
just put 1.
Or you could
Yeah.
give me setback die.
I would
No, I'll
I
give
would
us
go,
the advantage.
I would go with the
This
set.
person's going to shoot you in a minute.
I would go with the setback in case someone
Yeah.
shoots Caven.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, there's now a droid with a gun
Yeah.
walking towards them, so they're definitely going to shoot Caven.
It's true. How much damage did you do in the end?
10.
You did 10, yeah, with 5 soak, so 5 damage. So
Yeah, I don't know.
it's good hit.
Can I can't trigger the crit, can I?
No,
No,
you needed
unfortunately
more.
not.
Oh.
If
Right.
you hadn't have had that,
So
Oh.
my go. Bounty Hunter's dead. The human in close combat with you is thinking about his options.
he
The
wants to go home and read.
Sulluston is looking at you like, what the fuck is this droid? Oh, sorry, Star Wars. What
The frack.
by the Force? What is this droid doing?
What the frack?
And the
What
Rodian.
further is this guy doing?
The Rodian has noticed that there's an 8-foot tall moon standing at the back of the room, and it's going to shoot you
Give it a go.
because the smuggler's cowering in a hole.
I'm not. I'm literally stood still. It's like mine rock.
No, what I mean is you got a critical and you slowed down, so you're like, oh, like this for a moment. So she kind of goes, ha ha, active target,
Defense 1.
defense 1. Okay, she's going to aim.
And you get -1 for your next attack
31.
because that's what we decided to do.
Yeah.
So you get 2 black dice.
No, that's on that person.
Yeah, it's actually.
That was on the
But
Sulluston.
you've got defense 1.
Yeah, so I've
you
got
get
a black
that plus
die.
Yeah,
2
yeah,
black die, cover and defense 1.
No, I'm not
He's
in
not
cover.
in cover.
You're stood next
No,
to
he
me.
explicitly said,
Oh, okay.
I
I'm not in
explicitly
cover.
said that I was basically because you were injured, so I was standing
Yeah.
next to you, being a bigger target, so people didn't shoot you.
And
That
I'm
didn't
going to
work.
use a destiny die. To
Have a red one.
upgrade-
Have a red one.
I was going to say.
Oh, I've got one.
You can have a
Okay,
red one.
right, so I've got 3 yellows, a red, a black, and a blue.
All the colours of the rainbow.
Exactly. Here we go. Got triumph.
I'm not particularly worried about
There's so much drive and despair tonight.
It's been crazy. It's been a really good rolling night. It's like lots of, sometimes it can be blanks and stuff.
Well,
and
to be
you're
honest,
like,
though,
oh, that all-
this has been
that
the
all
most.
negates.
I think this has been the most we've had.
Yeah.
Triumphs has been.
Triumphs and despairs everywhere, yeah.
all the
So-
season.
You are hit for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
the next ally on my side gets a blue die. And as a triumph.
So your soak is free.
More weapons flying out of the hands. It's tradition. It's been the theme of the episode. We've been making them drop theirs. They've been making us drop ours.
I mean, the people who have dropped them against me is because I've chopped their arms.
Yeah, you have chopped 2 people's arms off, haven't you?
Yeah.
You could say he disarmed them.
No, your next check has the difficulty upgraded.
Okay.
Whatever your next check is, difficulty's upgraded.
Is that from a purple to a red or difficulty level up?
Purple to a red,
Purple to red.
or if you have a red, another purple.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Your go.
Yeah. Choppy time. I need a yellow, please. Merci beaucoup. Adversary. Okay. Oh, actually, that's not a great roll.
I was waiting for triumphs and
No.
despairs.
I actually fail, but have we got blue in the pool, or do we not?
No, I used
No. In which case, I fail, but I get free advantage. So I shall put 1 in the pool.
Get your strain back.
I don't have any strain at the moment. So back
You
down.
can give someone a blue
Yeah,
one.
and then who's acted?
No, you must have
acted.
strain, because you took strain.
Yeah, no, and then earlier when I
you
got
got it
loads of
back.
advantage, I just nibbled it back down. So you've been. So there's 1 in the middle, and I shall give you 1.
Let's go on, yeah.
Okay. How much damage did you do?
I didn't do any because I failed.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Whoa, he's like, you're like, he's like,
I'm still alive.
he's going to shoot you.
He's going to shoot me.
He's going to shoot you.
Cool.
As he does it, you hear his comm crackle, and you hear a strange voice come through. No, not slightly creepy. I have found what I desire. We may leave now. Fall back and meet me at the gallery.
We need to get our move on, guys.
And he kind of looks at you and sees that you heard that, and he's like, okay, and he tries to shoot you. So it's got 2 difficulty, boost die, that. Oh, hello. 4 successes and 2 advantage. So 9 points of damage.
Cool.
And you have a setback die on your next check.
Cool beans.
Because you're winded momentarily. Right, players, who's next?
Yeah, probably me, yeah.
Have you? Oh, okay.
You went first.
You walked forward and shot. You went first.
So
I thought that was in the last round, sorry.
To be
Oh,
drinking.
so it's got to be me. Okay. So Dreep, seeing the Zabraks falling, remembers the times drinking
Yep.
and runs over to the Zabraks, grabs him and pulls him away from the doorway
Okay.
to the edge of
Don't mind the fact he's got a lot of holes in him.
well, not that many,
He's only mostly dead.
Yeah.
shot in the back of the head. You can't heal that.
No, he didn't get
No, I
shot in the
don't-
back of it. I
don't
was shooting
need-
him in the
I
front.
don't need to heal that. I should drag him to the corner.
Yeah.
Right? And in my head,
He's coughing and spluttering as you do.
oh, he's not
He's
dead.
dying.
Oh, he's dying.
He's dying.
Is he?
Yeah.
I shall say goodbye, old friend, and
It was fun.
and I'll finish him off.
Okay. Cool.
Brutal.
Wow.
Or a smother. No, anyway. Up to you.
Oh no, make it quick.
Oh, it could just be like a.
I've got a med pack, man. I got scalpels.
Okay, yeah, cool. Right. More
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna go with morphine.
I thought he was going to go with some kind of drug, but no.
Oh, that would take ages to kill someone with a scalpel.
No, I'm just saying I've got scalpels.
Depends how you use
I would have
it,
done it
through the eye.
I would have done it.
Oh,
I would have
dude.
done it better than that.
Okay, so.
But we're
trying
now
to
in
remember how
cover.
many
We're now
people-
both in cover.
Yeah, you're now both in cover. I'm just trying to remember how many of my people are still yet to act.
The
Suliston hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
Right.
the Rhodian.
He turns and runs out of the room. He's behind cover. He goes out. He goes out the fight. The guy who just you shot at behind cover. You see him run back out where they came from.
I'm gonna follow him.
Well,
Oh, I can't.
it's now a new round.
All right. I'm gonna
Oh
follow
no,
him.
you go last.
I would
yeah,
like a
sorry.
turn.
Yeah, sorry. You don't get a go anymore, Roger.
So one of the guys that shot me is still behind me. I'm going to turn around with my cape billowing.
Okay.
That gun's out of ammo. My other hand, I'm pulling my whatever.
Hold-out blaster?
No, my blaster pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, the holdout blaster's the one with the thingy.
Okay.
Yeah, I could spring that out, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Draw the other one, aim and fire.
Okay.
Because dick. Can I have another yellow, please?
Cover.
And I'm going to use...
I assume the Radian is the one you're shooting at.
Yeah, because he shot me.
She's the one that shot you.
Yeah, I'm going to use one of them.
Okay.
And also, as Simon didn't use it because he didn't do any checks.
Can I have another yellow, please?
You know.
I thought you was going to
Finish him off checks, not really required.
No.
6 success,
Adversary 1,
3
so-
advantage. Blank.
Nice.
6 success, 3 advantage.
Okay, so how much damage do you do?
13.
13 points of damage. Finishes them off. She disappears behind the cover. My go.
Oh,
No, that's the end
No,
of
it's
the
the
round.
end of the
That's the end of the round.
I'm going to
Yeah.
put one in the pool and then give Sparks a blue. Thanks.
Okay. So, back round to the beginning. You guys get to go first.
Can I just finish killing that human?
Who's left in the room?
The human.
The human.
Engaged with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kill him and then run after the other dude.
Well, that's the plan.
Unless you aim. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to...
Oh, so you're not
I
running
need
off.
another yellow. Where's all of my yellows gone?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No way!
You close your eyes and you feel the force.
3 triumphs. That's
You got like loads of threat.
Yeah, and the 2 threat as well.
2 threat, 3 successes and 3 triumph.
I think 3 triumph would feel quite threatening.
I think you just cut him into 6 pieces.
Did you do a bit of Zorro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just... Bum.
Oh, did you remember that?
Yes, I did.
No, it's fine. I was just checking.
Was it like in that film Cube? Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Where the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
just falls apart.
Yeah.
Or in
The
Resident
lasers.
Evil.
Yeah, it's like that. You cut so fast.
Surely.
It's like Fruit Ninja.
The human's map should fall out of his pocket with the location of the gallery, literally like in a big circle.
You know where the
I know
gallery
where-
is.
I know where
the
the
gallery is actually the large chamber beyond the entrance hall, through the doors they've gone to, where at the back of the temple there's like a large, like they have those big slot windows where people can look out, and big talks are held there. It's kind of a communal space. And there's the old way up to the
old
landing
landing pad.
platform. But it's also, you could, if you were desperate and there was metal everywhere, you might be able to climb out through that way.
But I'm now going to just...
You're going to move through to that chamber?
Yeah, as I
gonna take
sort of like do the sort of jog backwards, as you're trying to talk to someone as you're running backwards.
Okay.
So I'm going to communicate to everyone else that they're planning on leaving. They're going for the gallery, which is potentially a way out, and they've got what they came here for, which means they've got what we came here for. And I kind of disappear around the corner into the next room.
Okay, so you go through the opening.
Opening into
Because it's all still...
yeah, it's all
double and
little. Okay,
everything.
yeah.
And you come into the next space. Beyond, you can see thin slots, some points sort of squashed closed, but there are still parts of the gallery viewing window that are still there, but beyond there's metal and things. Occasionally you can see bits of light coming through. One area looks like the 3 of them who've come last into the room were working on one area, and they seem to have cleared or blasted a hole out through that way. Obviously making some kind of emergency escape passageway. And to the right, there is a broken staircase, thousands of years old. This beautiful carved rock is now like torn asunder. Stepping up the staircase is a figure in a black robe with a pale face. And they are as you think they're stepping, but as you come in, you can see that they're moving very fast towards that back exit way. But they actually haven't taken no action. This is like you see them.
Yeah.
You sense the Force, the dark side of the Force, in this person. They've clearly come up from the chamber below, but this person seems to be more focused on getting out than worrying about you guys. Right, so it's my go. This figure sees the Sullustan running back and then turns to look at you and seems to reach out with his hand and then moves towards the exit, darting across strangely fast. You know this to be a force, power, some sort of movement, and darts through the gap in the room before the Sullustan can get there. That's their go. Right, round to you guys. You're in the other room. Yeah, you're going to
follow him in.
You're going to follow him in.
Yeah, you could move and then.
So your manoeuvre takes you into the room. You kind of come in and you see the Sullustan that shot Kavan and that you were chasing, and he's running towards this hole. And as he's kind of going, you see some movement in the hole, but you can't tell what it was.
So is he out now, Sullustan?
No, he's still in the room moving. He's just regular person running towards the back of the room.
Right, while I'm pursuing him.
Yeah, go for it. You can shoot him easily.
I'm going to aim.
You'll have to take 2 strain to aim.
That's all right. Got plenty of them.
1 difficulty, which is upgraded to red because he's an adversary.
Don't use any more. I'm going to need those 2 in a minute.
And don't forget, you get another advantage for your thing.
Oh, yeah. Another advantage from what?
Your
laser sight. It gives you a normal.
Oh, yeah. So 2 success, 4 advantage.
Okay. So you hit doing...
10.
9.
9 damage.
7. Plus 2.
Why is it plus 2? Oh, it's... Right, okay, sorry, 9.
Yeah. 9. Okay. So 4 damage to him. Right, you shoot him in the back. And how many advantage?
4.
You can
4
trigger
advantage.
a crit.
You could trigger a critical.
May as well.
Here you go.
And then you
Why
put
not?
put blue in the pool.
90.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's got to be a tasty one.
compromised.
Up on your scanner come some images.
Increase difficulty.
I know
of
what
all
you did
skill
last
checks
summer.
by 1. So you shoot him in the spine.
Nice.
And he's like, like that, running away.
The dramatic.
From you. Yeah, it kind of catches his feet and stumbles, and you can tell pain is coursing through his body, and he's kind of like, He doesn't seem to be stopping though. He's trying to get to this door, this portal hole in the wall.
Okay.
Okay. So it's my go. So we have the ship, and we have the human's dead, the Rhodian's dead. The Sullustan hasn't actually acted this turn, has he? Because he ran into the room. He ran into the room.
That was his last action of the last round.
So Sullustan's...
He's been shot in the back.
He's been shot in the back, so he stumbles across the room to the gap and starts to climb out. And he kind of gets halfway through the hole.
Well, so he's in the hole?
He's in the hole. He's in this gap, this hole that they've made in the metal. Right, Kavan, Dreep.
So Dreep will remove the bounty hunter's weapon because
you want to know what he's got?
You can tell me later.
Okay.
Basically, I'll.
He's got a disruptor rifle.
Yeah. It's a proper disruptor rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, I won't remove that then. I thought he'd have like a.
He's got a heavy blaster pistol.
Yeah, I thought he'd have
and
like
a disruptor rifle.
I thought he'd have a pistol with like loads of mods on it and stuff like that. Anyway, that's not the important bit. So I'll take his helmet off.
Yep.
Okay. And I should reach into my bag and pull out a red flower,
Okay.
a red
Red
plant.
vine, yeah.
I shall basically smash the pot next to him. Right. I shall fish out a jar of green moss and my luminous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shall smash that against the rock next to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that will grow.
Yeah, it should do.
So from the Zabraks will come life.
Okay. Cool. I like it. Yeah. The ultimate mulch and fertilizer. Yeah.
So I will. So
sadist botanist.
I will
Kill
take
you
his.
and then gross you out.
I will take his. So he must have a communicator or a data slate or something like that.
He must have.
Well,
he's got a communicator.
Yeah. So
And a lot of dirt.
I shall take the communicator.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And then.
Cool.
And then I shall. Well, that's probably me.
Yeah, that's probably enough for you this round. Okay. So then you hear blaster fire from outside as the ship blasts the back of the temple
Where the slitted window.
where the gap is.
Oh no.
And the Sullustan screams in pain as the blaster fire from the starfighter seals up the hole on the back of the temple. The whole place rattles, shakes.
Damn.
And the Sullustan's legs go limp. That's all that you can see of him in this kind of dark hole. You know, again, there's no blood or anything.
Is there any other ways out now that I can see?
You could go back through the front door, crawl through the gaps that are there. There are still gaps there. But where you are, they've kind of clearly made an escape route.
How
Used it.
How much? Like how heavy is the debris?
What do you mean? In the hole? Could you push it out?
Yeah.
How powerful is your force push?
I don't think it's very good because I've done sense and that as the force move. I've only got force basic and then I've got magnitude. Oh, I can upgrade. I've got magnitude 2 in it.
What does that do?
It just increases the magnitude. If I basically get double light side points, I get to increase the strength of it.
Well, make a roll. Go for it. You go over and there's like rock and rubble and stuff. You pull the legs. You pull the body out, and then you're like, ah!
I need double light side, guys.
Leave.
No, single light side. So I can only do a basic force move.
So you kind of push, and some of the rubble loosens, and a gap kind of parts, and you see, because of the angle that you're at, because of the slant of everything, you can see through this gap, and you see this dark figure in a robe standing on like a metallic pylon, and he pulls out of his cloak, a lightsaber that looks really old, and he looks up and
Leaps.
jumps
I've been stood next to him when that happened because I hadn't acted yet.
because you were in the other room.
Yeah, but I haven't had an activation.
You can do,
I was going to use mine to double move into the room.
but adversaries he gets 2 goes in a round because he's like a super nemesis dude.
So he's gone.
Yeah, and also you've kind of like literally your force move made a bit of a hole. It's not something you would be able to shoot through because he's kind of reaching through this
Yeah,
thing.
but I should have gone after the Sullustan.
You should have gone after the Sullustan. True. Yes, you can be in the room when he's there.
Alright. I just wanted to see that. It's cool.
Yeah, sorry. You saw him do it. Yeah. You saw him do that. Yeah, so you saw through, and you can see that obviously what this guy has retrieved from the temple is this old lightsaber. Something that you weren't expecting him to be after.
No.
And then he jumps. And then the combat's done. And you're standing there in the temple. And you can feel all around you that there's still residual elements of the Force.
Oh, is what we need still here?
Well, there's no reason why there'd only be one kyber crystal here.
We were after a specific crystal though, weren't we?
A different type of crystal that allows you to access Holocron.
Yeah.
You know what kind of crystal it is.
Yeah.
So you make your way down into the bowels of the temple.
It's going to be swamped against the wall going.
And you find various chambers. and it takes you a while, you're there for hours kind of pushing blocks out of the way. There's more rubble downstairs. You can see that he cleared a path to a chamber where there are small, mounts to hold lightsabers kind of dotted around, like a armory, maybe of, and you think this is probably where like the lightsabers of old masters were kept. And to one end of the room, there is like a old, almost like glass cabinet, very, antiquated, and it long ago smashed. But in there is an empty little holder. There are lots of empty holders all around, and there's no lightsabers that you can see. But you think the next chamber from memory is where the right crystal would be, and you spend some time moving blocks out of the way.
That glass cabinet, do I think that's the one that he's just taken?
Potentially.
Is there any markings similar, or anything on it to indicate whose it was?
No. So you unearth the next chamber, where you find a hoard of crystals that are smashed and broken beyond repair. Even these crystals can crack under great pressure. But after you search around for a while, you find 2 remaining crystals that will allow you to, these are kind of holocron activation crystals, and you find these in the bowel of the temple. And you make your way out again.
I've taken just one of the bigger pieces of a broken crystal.
Sure. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Absolutely, like a memento or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of cool, really.
So you get back in your ship. You travel back across the wasteland, the broken surface, the snow, the jagged
Back in our
rocks.
car.
Back in your car. Your little
I was going to say, some people need patching up, and
you're injured, you're battered, you need a bit of axle grease, you're tired, emotionally, drained, and you get back to your ship. There you head off into orbit, and you go into hyperspace. And then you arrive back at Arbor, and there's a screen wipe as you arrive back at Arbor in orbit, and your ship flies down into orbit. And then there's another screen wipe, and you're standing in a chamber with the fallen Jedi, who's with arm and leg missing.
Fallen as in got hurt rather than...
Yes. Oh yes, good point.
The red lightsaber comes out.
Heavily injured
plot twist.
Jedi, and General Lofax,
like it.
and Captain Clem Lacuva,
We get medals.
I want a special hat.
and they have medals for you.
I've deliberately not healed any of my injuries.
So you look like...
So I look like I have come
Okay.
out of a proper war zone.
And I've got like a couple of scrapes.
And I changed my mind and decided I would take this disruptor rifle.
Changed your mind, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the way back out, he went, actually, no, I will have those.
Cool. And the Jedi is there again, and he's got the holocron, and he's holding it, and it opens, and the light fills the room, and you have the crystal.
Oh, I
He
have the
says,
crystal.
You have the crystal.
But I give him the crystal.
Just one.
Credits.
Clem Lacuva points to boxes over in the corner of the room.
And medals. You said
General
we could have
Lofax
medals.
is holding up some medals. Don't worry, we get the medals. We got the trumpets ready and everything.
Better mean that. Right.
I give him one of the crystals.
Okay, give him one of the crystals. And he slides it into, well, he's holding the holocron,
Yeah.
so you have to put it in.
This is very slow because, like, still I'm not happy about all of this.
And you know this means you're activating the holocron, right?
Yeah. So I'm.
You slide the crystal.
I feel like I'm being. In a way, Jian-Wei feels like he's being drawn back into something he never wanted to be drawn back in. He wasn't happy about going to the planet. He wasn't happy about being involved in all this. He's certainly not happy about all these weird emotions that he's now feeling. But anyway, plugs it in.
Okay. And it has opened slightly, and then it opens more and further, and a greater light comes from it, like a blue light, you know. And it starts to sort of hum in his hand, and he puts it down on the side. And a hologram appears, cast from this holocron. And standing in front of you is Obi-Wan Kenobi, a young Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he says, "Greetings, Jedi. I have valuable recordings and knowledge of the ancient past that I will now share with you." There's a screen wipe. And we cut to a ceremony where General Lofax is standing.
I'm in the finest cape and clothing you've
Absolutely.
ever seen.
And Glenn Lacuva is actually the one giving you the medal. Captain Glenn Lacuva.
Is that the one I pissed
bottom
off?
lady.
Yeah, that's the one I
General
pissed off.
Lofax is kind of officiating over the ceremony. And to one side, you can see that Arik, which is the name of the Jedi, which you've found out recently, has had droid,
Bionics.
cybernetics put on, bionics, arm and leg, and he's kind of standing to one side, sort of going, and you're coming up dressed in you've got a slightly more official rebel looking out, kind of thing. You're probably maybe to one side.
Yeah, I'm
You know what?
I'm not joining the procession at all.
I don't need a medal.
You're just standing at the side, like
I'm not.
okay.
So what we're saying
me
is
with my
we get a
Ewok.
ceremony to get medals.
Me with my Ewok.
These guys are looking really ungrateful.
Yeah, I got my little Ewok with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Booley's there.
barely all right.
Yeah, the camera
Hey!
It's like a bit where R2-D2 comes in.
Booley comes out with his gun, and he's
Booley's got a gun like up here, isn't it?
huge gun.
Ceremony.
Yeah.
I'm actually not, I'm not even going to be in there. I'm going to be outside.
Because we're the heroes.
Well, we'll cut to that in a minute. So then, you two appear on the dais, and a collection, it's a bit ragtag, it's not quite the end of New Hope, but a collection of rebels standing there, clap and applaud as you step forward.
Did I get my special hat?
And you are given a special hat
Thanks.
and medals.
Hey.
And Glenn Lacuva says, "We want to thank Captain Kavan, Lieutenant Sparks, and their colleagues," and she kind of looks over to your side and sort of gives you a little nod, "for helping us retrieve valuable information that will help us to defeat the Eriadu Authority and free Sullust from current tyranny." Yay! And then we cut outside, somewhere in a remote location.
Standing
Jian-Wei
on the mountainside.
places a holocron down on the floor, and the visage of Obi-Wan Kenobi appears and says, "Padawan, your lesson now begins." And we will end it there. Yeah, let's not get sued. Anyway.
That was cool.
Okay. So, that was the end of Series 1 of Fractured Empire. Hopefully you enjoyed that.
I very much enjoyed it.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun to play.
I'm going to do a season 2 at some point, but it'll be in a little while. But you can see I'm sewing things in there to come for next time, But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Please don't forget to go and check out all of our links below for social medias and friends and people who make lovely, horrible, terrifying retro electro music. Also check out our Discord. We've been a lot more active on there recently, lots of things going on. Please check out our Patreon. We're up to 48 patrons now, I think, and we've got special Discord channels where we talk about lots of things, give behind the scenes videos, and our patrons get to make characters that go in the shows. This show is now done for season 1. in 2 weeks' time, we're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness one-shot, and our patrons are getting to create the characters for our players. So they don't even know what the players are or what the characters are or what abilities they're going to have until we get in the room, which will be quite fun. Cool. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun doing Fractured Empire. It's been a very different exercise for me as a games master to try and have a very, bit more of a constructed and to the way the episodes are done very differently. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully our viewers enjoyed it.
It was cool.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We will see you soon for more fun on Garblag Games. Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.